Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Ramirez. So today I'm extremely excited. I've got a new snake coming in. It's a green tree python. It's a yearling, so it's not a baby. So it's gonna be less fragile. I'm so excited about it. Nothing I know about it right now. It is 2 to 3 feet long. Don't know if it's a male or female yet, and it is feeding off of frozen and thawed, and also live. So I guess maybe they go back and forth. I don't know, but yeah, I'm excited, guys. So I'm gonna go pick it up right now. Actually, I'm in the car getting ready to head over there, and I'll meet you guys back at the quarantine room where I unbox it.
Okay, so we are now in the quarantine room. What I like to do first is I like to spray the area with the reptile spray to help, I guess, get rid of the mites if there were, or prevent them, or whatever. You always got to be cautious. And I also have my gloves because this is a little. The green street pythons can be a little bitey or pokey, whatever you want to call it. So I do have that prepared. I'm not sure how the temperament is with this particular green tree python, and all snakes are going to be a little different, but they all tend to have a similar personality, so based on their species and things like that. So I just want to be prepared. All right, so I ordered this from Underground Reptiles. I did order a green tree python from them before, but it was a baby. It was a neonite, right? It was really small, and it did eat for me twice in the first 2 weeks. It did eat twice, and after that, it just stopped eating. So it missed at least about 6 or 7 maybe ish feeding. A lot. It was a lot. It was way too many. It just kept getting thinner and thinner, and wouldn't. I even switched enclosures, try to put the baby one in a smaller one, just so maybe it didn't feel like it was overwhelmed with all the space. That did not help. I also tried frozen, and I tried different types of mice and things like that, and it didn't work. And the day that I was going to feed it alive, a live mice, a pinky, live pinky, was the day the baby passed away. And I was going to actually pick one up Actually, I drove 5 hours the day before to find, not 5 hours, excuse me, an hour away to find one, and it did not. They didn't have any for me, so I was kind of upset about that. Anyway, the next day was a reptile show. I was gonna pick one up there, but that morning passed away. So imagine how I felt going into the reptile show. So here is the new green tree python. This one's supposed to be about a year old. And on the website it said it was around 2 feet to 3 feet long, and it's supposed to be about a year old. So right now, again, you got to be cautious, especially even at this age. The tip of the tail is still very fragile, and you always got to be careful with that. So, and here he or she is. I don't know the sex of the baby and the baby of this. I guess it would technically still kind of be a baby. It's a year old, right? So they do live, quite a bit. This one is already, I can tell that it is bigger than my previous one. I think the other one that I had, supposedly it was 6 months old, but it looked more like a month, 2 months old. This one, it looks like, I'm trying to be fragile. It is fragile, I'm trying to be careful. And it looks like it's about 24 inches. So it's there at the minimum from what they said. I was hoping a little bit bigger, and I was hoping it would have a little bit more green tint, but it still has this full yellow coloration on it. And eventually, I'm feeling brave right here, guys. So I took off the gloves. I'm like, nah, it doesn't seem snappy at all. Looks pretty good. Looks pretty healthy. I'm checking it over for mites. You always got to look over. That's another reason why you're in a quarantine room. You want to make sure that there's no mites. You want to look at it underneath underneath the belly. I'm trying to focus. I thought the camera wasn't focused there. But yes, so you got to check into the eyes, the mouth, everywhere to see if there's any sort of mites. And also another reason why you want to keep them in a quarantine room is in case it has some kind of diseases that is not showing quite yet. So it's feeling pretty cold right now. So I'm starting to see a little snake, the S shape there. So I'm okay. Let me just go ahead and put her or he away. And so I do have a heat mat behind that enclosure. I actually cut out. I made sure the center part right there in the back. You see how it's black? That's actually the heat mat. So I had an opening. I left that area there so that way the heat can radiate through the glass. And looks like, yeah, and I also have 3 different perches there. And you see that top one there in case you want to really get, hide out a little bit in the back. I am going to be putting something on top of the enclosure to block away the light coming straight down on it, so it can feel more secure. I want this one to thrive. I wanted the baby one that I had to thrive, but oh, see that striking at me already? Yeah, I was starting to sense that. That's why I decided to put it right in there. So probably didn't like the fact that I was going upwards, because they don't like it, because like birds and things like that would come after them, like in the wild, so that they don't like things hovering over them. But this particular one is really, really feisty. You see that? It's really feisty. I mean, again, it's a whole new environment for them. It's a whole new home. But I think the size is great for it because it does have the levels. So you can choose. I'm going to put a water dish, obviously, down at the bottom below to keep the humidity up. And I will be spraying it pretty much every day. And here's the heat mat that I have back here. It's not plugged in yet because this is not the spot where I'm keeping it. I'm going to move it over to the shelf. They do like high ground, so I am going to have it on a shelf while in quarantine room. Yeah, those are the perches there. And yeah, and that top one is like a nice little corner one there, so it can feel really secure. Excuse me, guys. All right. So, I want to get a better view for you guys, so I'm gonna open up this. I'm hoping it won't snap at me, but I'll do my best. Yeah, it's really feisty, guys, but that is to be expected, especially for this age. I know they say that when they get a little older, they do tend to calm down a little bit more. So, you'll see videos of people, handling them. I probably might handle them. They really prefer not to be handled, so I probably will do it once in a while, maybe when I'm cleaning out the enclosure, things like that. But or I might do it for the video for you guys, so you guys can see how their temperaments are at different stages of their life. So, yeah, look how beautiful this guy is. It's definitely looking a lot healthier than my previous one. Not skinny at all. I mean, it's a lot thicker too, which is really, really good. It's a good sign, really good sign. And the tail looked great. Didn't look like it didn't have any like issues on the tail, which is really good. As most of you guys already know, the tail, I guess through evolution, it's designed to kind of trick birds and other animals to come towards it, and then thinking that it's some kind of worm or something like that, and then the green tree will attack it. But look at that. He's like in perfect position. He's like well balanced. He's got a nice S there. Like look at the length of that S. That it can reach really far with that. And he's grabbed that perch really tightly too. It's very beautiful. Oh God. Oh, God. Every time I see that clip, I always freak out. It's crazy. God. I'm not trying to provoke it. I just want you guys to see them, and we can learn from this. And especially when you get a brand new one like this. But hey, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please put a like, subscribe, and share at the bottom. I'll see you guys next time.